Hi everyone, I'm Emily from Bluesofts, and I'm making a video series of creating a dynamic report in Excel using ATools. If you are new to our channel, ATools is a unique solution for creating dynamic reports flexibly and quickly on large datasets. You can download ATools here and find lots of helpful documents on our official website, atoolspro.com. In the previous videos, we have learned about how to create a simple dynamic report and filter it with multiple conditions. But today, I want to create a detailed report. If you look on the screen right now, I have prepared a detailed inventory report with 4 columns: document number, document date, inbound quantity, and outbound quantity, filtered by item code here. I can change the condition and the report will update automatically. However, in our source table, there are no inbound quantity or outbound quantity columns. So how can we get those data? This is where we have to use the IIF function. The structure of this function is similar to the fieldIf function in Excel. IIF, search condition, comma, value true, comma, value false in parentheses. In this function, search condition is a logical expression used similarly to the where clause. Value true is the value returned if the search condition is true. This can be a column name in the table source. Value false is the value returned if the search condition is false. This can also be a column name in the table source. Let's try it with our example. For this example, the formula will be long, so I will type it in cell B11 and select it later in our function. Select document number, document date, IIF, trans type equals in, comma, quantity, comma, 0 in parentheses. IIF, trans type equals out, comma, quantity, comma, 0 in parentheses. From data, where item code equals cell C10. Because I want it to update automatically and have no header row, I will add some options. Equal sign, BSSQL, B11, ampersand, left, C10, comma, 0 in parentheses, comma, HR equals no in quotation marks and all in parentheses. Now, you can see that our initial quantity column has been split into 2 columns, inbound quantity and outbound quantity. If I change the item code, this formula will still work and update accordingly. This is how you can create a detailed report. When creating a report like we just did, we usually have to calculate the balance or cumulative quantity also. Normally, the formula is balance equals previous inventory plus inbound quantity minus outbound quantity, right? In Excel, we will have to manually type this formula in one cell, then drag it to the end of the report. However, we never know how many rows the report will have, and if we want to create a dynamic report, this is not the optimal solution. That's why I will introduce you the data function. With this function, ATools will automatically calculate the balance according to our data. The structure is data row index, comma, column index in parentheses. This function retrieves a value from the result array returned by the BSSQL function based on the specified row and column coordinates. Row and column indexes must be positive integers with indexing starting from 0. You can also use built-in system variables, such as previous row, row, previous column, and column. The structure of the result array returned by the BSSQL function starts indexing from position 0 for both rows and columns. To support this data function, I will also introduce you to the getOnce function to retrieve the value of an expression only once in the first row of the array. It is used after the select keyword and retrieves the value of the expressions only once for the first row in the result array. The most popular number to be used with getOnce function is beginning inventory or opening balance. The structure is very simple. GetOnce and expression in parentheses. Let's return to our example. I will type the formula here. The formula for other columns is still the same as we did before. So I will paste it here and type the formula for the balance column. getOnce, cell F13 in parentheses, plus data of previous row, comma column, plus data of row, comma 2, minus data row, comma 3. In this formula, 2 is the index of inbound quantity, and 3 is the index of outbound quantity. Now, I will type the BSSQL function in cell B14 and add my options. Enter, and there we have our report. I can also change the item code, and the report will still update automatically. The last thing I want to talk to you today is how to source data using order by keyword. The order by keyword is placed at the end of an SQL statement. Select, from, where, group by, having, and order by. I will tell you about group by and having keywords in another video. The structure is order by, column name, ASC or DESC. You can sort by up to 3 columns, separated by commas. If you omit ASC or DESC, the default is ascending order. Use DESC to sort in descending order. I will demonstrate with an example. I want to select all columns from the data table, sorted in descending order by the amount column. My formula will be =, BSSQL, select all from data, order by amount, DESC. You can see on the screen right now, the biggest amount will be put first and decreases in the following rows. This function is simple as that. You can practice with other examples in the file we provide you in the description. If I can do it, you can do it too with add-in tools. See you in the next video. Bye!